Welcome back to another video. It's a monthly review for April. It's a few days after April was finished, but what a month it was. It was too late in the end for us to get playoffs, but it's given us a bit of optimism and a bit of momentum going into next season. And let me know your thoughts going into next season. But what were your thoughts on April as a month? So we'll get straight into the monthly rewards. Now I've got a little surprise for you. I keep saying, is there any more monthly rewards that we can do or anything else that we can add to that? Let me know if you've got any more recommendations to add to this segment in the comments down below. Neil did give me one of performance of the month, so that's going to be added a little bit later on into this segment, but I have come up with an idea. I don't know if you've ever watched Top of the Pops, and if you haven't, then I don't know, you might be able to find it on YouTube, but if you haven't, it never to matter. It was basically a program where you count down the top 40 charts, and it finished in 2006. That's when it came to its demise, but I think it started in the 60s with a certain presenter hosting the show, who we won't mention, but we already have this season, and yeah, it was great. So I've put my own twist on it. We're doing Top of the Kops. In at 10, we've got Kieran Kelly. Hope you're having a Guinness for him. In at number 9, we've just sold my car to Callum Kavanagh. In at 8, we've got the legend that is Andy Cook, who got into the top 70 this month. In 7, we've got Tyler Smith with his goal at Barrow. 6th, we've got Oyugoke, massively improved this month. Coming in at number 5, it's Jamie Walker. In at number 4, it is Matty Platt. In at number 3, it's massively improved Richie Smallwood. In at number 2, we've got Poynton with his goal from Newport. And at number 1, my player of the month, it is Brad Halliday. Let me know your player of the month in the comments down below. Let me know your top 10 in the comments down below. Who are your top of the Kops? Goal of the month. Now it's got to be Poynton with his goal at Newport for me. His goal against Tranmere was just in the month of March, winter April, and what a great goal it was. Outside the box, bang, into the back of the net, and there were no stopping that. Performance of the month, a new feature, like I say, from Neil. For me, it's got to be Walsall away. We were 2-0 down. First 20 minutes was absolutely shambolic. We were absolutely dreadful. And then we came back to win 3-2 with 10 men, battled on. A great, resilient performance by the boys. And it gave us a slimmer of hope that we could do something with our last 2 games to get us into the playoffs. Ultimately, we didn't. Moment of the month, a new feature again that I've added. For me, the moment of the month, I mean, it could be good or bad, the moment of the month. It's just a moment from the month. And for me, it's got to be the Tyler Smith goal at Barrow. That was an unbelievable moment. He's through on goal. It's, oh my God, he's through. And he's gone and scored. And, he turns into Tyler Henry. And, I've had my thoughts on him this season, but that goal could have been legendary. Unfortunately, it won't. Can he kick on with it? I hope he can. Will he get the opportunity to? I won't think I'd give him that opportunity, but what a moment it was. And it could be like Derbyshire's couple of goals that he scored where he's remembered for those. Because, you've got to look on the positives, and if it is, then what a great moment it was to give us a slimmer of hope going into the final game of the season. So that's my monthly rewards. Let me know yours in the comments down below. Where were we before this month started then? We were sat in 15th with 41 games played and only 54 points gained as well, and we're 8 points away from 7th. We've finished the month at 9th in the League 2 table, 1 point off 7th Crawley, and obviously that's where it came down to after that game against Newport. So it's coming back to that mad March run where we were, what was it, 13-1 the aggregate score, something dreadful like that. Ultimately, looking at that did cost us, along with many other games. The results from the month then, we had a 4-1 win against Newport to finish the month on a high, a 2-1 win against Barrow, a 3-2 win against Walsall, a 2-1 win against Salford, a 1-0 win against Gillingham, and a 1-1 draw against Grimsby. So another new segment then is reacting to last month's predictions, which was made in March for April. I predicted we'd get 5 points from this month. We ended up getting 16 points. So that showed that my pessimism. The only result that I got right was Newport, but I didn't get a correct score for it. Adam Edmondson commented his predictions. He got 3 out of 4 right, sorry. It was made, I think it was made just after the Gillingham game, so he couldn't predict that. He got 2-2 Barrow, and that was the only result that he didn't get right. Chris Hall made his predictions as well. He actually got the correct result for the Barrow score, predicting a 2-1 City win. But the only thing that let him down was predicting Walsall to win 2-1. So he got 3 out of 4 right as well. But Neil as well, he got the correct score for Salford, But Walsall Barrow, he predicted draws, which meant he got 3 out of 5. So I suppose the winner from this month, who beat me as well, is Chris Hall. So if you're watching, Chris, well done. You got the best results from that, because obviously predicting the correct result against Barrow meant that you got 3 out of 4 and that extra. I had Arkwright from Open All Hours. Something Baker, was it? Ronnie Barker, is that his name? Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, I haven't got a stammer. I just always do WWL in my notes, so I thought I'll put it on the slide as that, because that's the point of it, really. That, you know, 3 letters the same, alliteration. Well, it's probably more. Is it silveration, or something? It's where you've got 3. But then again, that might be when it's an S. I don't know, but it's when you've got 3 words the same. It might just be alliteration. I don't know if alliteration's just 2. Anyway, I'm rabbiting on about that. So no, I ain't got a stutter or stammer. It's what went wrong from this month. So dropping Walker against Grimsby is probably a shocking decision, just because they had a long throw in, which they don't do well from anyway. But ultimately, we got a point, and there's many more games that cost us. But from that month, if we win that game, the only game we didn't win, and I think it did probably come down to that decision. The final day, obviously it went wrong for us. We did all we could, but different results not going our way. The one result we were all fearful of going into that game was the Crawley game, and they did end up winning. We need a lot of luck on our side. Sparks is one-liner. We've got another Sparks one-liner for you. What will be with the season tickets. I don't know if that evaded you, but great optimism from him, and getting the fans on side. But I'll get onto that later with the news section. And can some players playing well be a bit of a cover-up? Because I think some of us can fall into that trap from this month, saying, oh yeah, and I may have done it, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see till next season. But giving some players new contracts, maybe trying to sign some new players who have been here on loan, them playing well this month, is it a cover-up? Is that actually them, or is it them playing without fear? Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments down below. I won't say it went wrong, but it's just more of an open question for you to answer in the comments down below, because in the long run, we might look at that and say, he did well in that spell, didn't have a great season, and now he's not doing well next season. We shouldn't have been naive to bring him back after a 7-game run. Maybe we'll look back on that next season. What went well in the month? I don't know. I did what went wrong, because what went well, there's so many things that went well. We found the blueprint to success. I feel like we've had, in our good ones we've had before, we've played well, in certain games, and we've done well, but we've never really been entertaining. We've never got the right balance of getting the ball down but going direct. I feel like in this 7-game run, we've got the perfect balance of when to go long, when to play when it's on, when to press, when to drop deep. Striking the balance of who you're playing against as well. I think the formation of having Pointer and Walker in those 10 positions, and Small being the screen, and having Kavanagh up front, who's the more pressing striker, who's mobile, and then having Cook who's the poacher. The set pieces are massively improved as well, including Richie Small in that. But we look like a threat from them, defending them as well. When I look back to March and what I said in March in my notes and stuff, saying how poor we were from scoring set pieces and defending them, because we conceded quite a few set pieces. I don't think we conceded from set piece this month, correct me if I'm wrong. So that's something that we massively improved on this month, and it's some games where we've scored a set piece, that's what's got us a win, and that's how important set pieces are, especially at the lower levels, and that's something we massively improved on. 3 home wins in a row as well this month for the first time since 2020-21 season, which is massive as well to getting the fans on side. The final day atmosphere I think were great. Obviously when Crawley result wasn't going our way, it's hard to get behind them, because naturally you feel a bit deflated that it ain't going your way and there's nothing you can do about it. But prior to that, I thought that were a great atmosphere, and hopefully next season building on that, and maybe with the atmosphere section moving, we can improve that further. Sharp coming in, I'll get onto that in the news. Poynton's breakthrough I feel like is massive, because if he didn't break through after that Harrogate game where we were forced to start in Will Alexander, I don't think he'd have got a new contract when you look at what happened with Wadsworth. So I think that's massive for him that he broke through and took his chance. I feel like much better month in terms of having a proper plan in how we're going about it, a proper structure defensively and attack mind to get the balance right, and then a bit more better character and resilience I felt in games. Like I say, with the performance of the month against Walsall, we needed that. Finally then, into a news section. There's not much news to talk about from this month unless I've missed things. We had the David Sharp appointment early on in the month again. I'm not going to go into it too deep because, you know, I've already said my piece on what I thought of David Sharp when he came in with the video I did, but it'll be massive in terms of helping us negotiate better deals. Hopefully it can help us get a bit more of a better structure in terms of who we want to be signing and in terms of helping us with that recruitment side of things, because at Mansfield, you look at what they've done, it's been integral to that, and if we can have a very similar structure to our recruitment, I feel like that can only be a good thing, and just having a fresh pair of eyes on it as well, because obviously it's something we've got massively wrong over the last 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. Maybe, you know, you could even look back at since 17-18, and how long ago is that? 8 years ago now, 7 years ago. So it's something we've got massively wrong, and we've tried different people, but we've never really had this sort of a profile of person to come in to work with the people who are looking at the recruitment side of things, and just to try and give us a different direction. And Alexander did say as well that he's massively, you know, he's contributing to the contracts and negotiating the contracts for your Walkers and your Platts who have offered as well. So I think that's massive as well. Looking at that, the 22-23 finances were released. Now I'm nowhere near an expert in finances or maths. I don't really understand it. I think I got a 2 in my GCSEs, so that tells you everything you need to know. You know, I can do my times tables, you know, and that's about it, and I think that's all you need. But obviously if you want to be an accountant, then go do it, but I don't understand the point in algebra. You know, it's pointless, but yeah, it's pointless. I asked my maths teacher and I said, what is the point of algebra? And he said, well, if you want to be an astronaut or something. It's like, well, me being an astronaut, it's not happening. I don't want to be. And the percentages of any student in Bradford ever being an astronaut are pretty slim. So why are we wasting our time doing this? Why don't we learn how to use banking and use, you know, money? And he looked at me as though I'm daft. And it's like, I know you're following a curriculum, but it's wrong. You know, can we have a refresh? Because we're not learning anything here. It's just frying my brains. So yeah, but in terms of cities finances, it looks good. The season tickets sold 13,000, fantastic amount. Let me know if you renewed in the comments down below. Let me know if you didn't renew, because I think you'll be in a large minority in terms of that. So let me know your thoughts on that. 13,000, it's an unbelievable number. Obviously the prices got upped as well. So it doesn't just show that it's about cheap season tickets, although it is still the second cheapest, which is great by the club to keep it at that. But to up it after a poor season, to still get the numbers we get, it's absolutely outstanding, the effort you know, that we put in going up and down the country when we've had League Two. I think it's the 6th season we're in League Two now. So and we've had nothing. We've only had one playoff campaign. So hopefully that changes. But the fact that the fans are still bought into the club, it speaks volumes of how good of a fan base we are, and that's credit to every single one of you. So let me know your thoughts on the top of the Kops. Do you want to see it return, or do you think it's top of the flops? Let me know your monthly rewards. Let me know what went well, what went wrong in the month. Subscribe if you're new. Loads of videos planned this month. Tomorrow there's going to be a video out as well. It went down well last summer, that video that I did, and hopefully it can go down well again this summer. But it'll be much more consistent than last summer as well. All the videos are going to be more consistent now. It's my priority to get those videos. Like the video if you did. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. 2 subscribers away from 400. It's incredible the amount we've been getting recently. So if we can keep that up, that is massively appreciated. Still the aim to get it before the start of next season, because you never know. Thanks very much for the support. Have a good one.